welcome back to another episode of Month in Review. Of course, the show on the Captain Vitus Show, where we take a look at the past month of movies in review. And of course, we tell you our top 3 favorites, our top 3 least favorites, and of course, we throw some honorable mentions in there for good measure. And of course, on this episode, we are going to be talking about the month of November 2016, anything that came out in November, as well as anything I saw at the Denver Film Festival. So you'll see some December releases thrown in here, but hey, I saw them last month, so you know. Let's get into it. And of course, as always, we're going to stop with our top 3 worst movies of the month, because it's nice to get the negativity swept under the rug first. Also, it's more fun, so who wouldn't want to do the fun thing first? So, of course, November, honestly, wasn't a bad month. In fact, I'd call it the first consistently good month we've had all year. It took 11 months, but we finally got there where movies are good. However, that doesn't mean November didn't still have a little bit of that 2016 cancer just wearing away at it. There were some disappointments. There was one movie that was an absolute travesty against humanity. Let's talk about him. And now coming in at number 3 is a movie that I was actually genuinely excited for quite some time. But then again, slowly but surely, 2016 is showing me, hey, don't be excited, everything will let you down. And that was certainly the case with Bleed for this, which was a movie that I was super excited for on the same merit where I was like, oh hey, that Van Forstic movie, it kind of ruined everyone. But then Michael B. Jordan came out, he became a boxer, now we're all just like, yeah! Michael B. Jordan, the best! So yeah, let's see if we can do the same thing with Miles Teller. And it didn't exactly work out. I mean, it is a movie that has some great performances in it, as well as a very inspiring true story behind it, but it's just a movie that I feel nothing for. And that's not good when you have an inspiring true story behind it. I never got behind the characters, I never got behind their plights, I couldn't even get behind the boxing. That's always my one thing, is the boxing good? It was just treated as a side show. They just swept it under the rug. They were like, well, you don't need boxing, this is about the characters, and the characters weren't interesting, so I was like, what am I supposed to grab hold of here except for Aaron Eckhart's beer belly when I'm falling off the cliff? I don't know, I didn't like it. Did you like it? I didn't like it. And now coming in at number 2 is a movie that my hype has been insane for a long while now. Like a Bleed for this times a million. Somehow it still let me down, and it lets me down every time I even think about it, and that is Marvel's latest Doctor Strange! Man, was I excited for Doctor Strange. I was like, we're gonna introduce these magical, mystical elements into the MCU. It's gonna be amazing and visually outstanding. And it is visually outstanding. That much I agree with people on. I think it's a beautiful film to look at. I think everything else needs work, though. I mean, the story is poorly paced, poorly told. The characters, you get behind none of them because they don't feel truly developed. I guess you like Cumberbatch in the role, but you don't really like Cumberbatch in the role. Why is that, Ash? Oh, because he won't stop cracking jokes. That's the biggest problem with this movie, is that MCU brand of humor, that it can be funny in the Avengers movies, and then it evolves into actual humor in like Guardians of the Galaxy, and you're like, awesome. Yeah, well, it decided to make home here, even though it wasn't needed whatsoever, and oh my god, it's a moment killer. Every time a joke happens, it kills a moment that was like that close to being cool. It absolutely ruined the movie for me, gave me just this sour experience, and now it's like, I just don't even know anymore. I guess I just want to go into space and play with the Guardians again, because at least they know how to tell a joke! Speaking of unfunny jokes, do you know what's an unfunny joke? These Adam Sandler Netflix movies. Oh god, at least we just had to live through one of them this year, right, Ash? Not exactly, because there's Adam Sandler, but then there's another human that we sometimes forget about. A little guy called Kevin James who made a movie that went on Netflix this month that I watched for some reason. It's my #1 worst movie of the month, and one of the worst movies I have seen all year. Freaking True Memoirs of an International Assassin. Whatever it's called, it's just Kevin James doing the same thing Adam Sandler does on Netflix. He runs around, he tries to be a cool guy with a gun, and it doesn't work. Yeah, no, this is one of my truly bizarre Netflix experiences I've had all year, because, Obvious out of the way, the movie isn't funny whatsoever. Another obvious out of the way, this is one of those, hey, we're funny guys, but we're trying to be cool action stars. Guess what? The action's not good. All that aside, the weirdest thing about this movie is the fact that while you're watching it, you take none of it in. And that's something that movies do. If you don't know what I mean, you know, you're sitting down for a movie, in the movie it'll throw twists and plot points at you and characters, and your brain will just go. It will accept those characters, it'll accept them into the brainy membranes of your brain, and you'll start thinking, you'll be like, oh yes, this and that. I have a grasp of what's going on. Whereas in this movie, you're sitting there watching it with this fucking face the entire time. And as it throws those plot points and characters and twists and all this at you, you feel nothing because you feel like you're gaining nothing. It's a movie that it tries to give things to you, but they're stopped by this wall where it's just this wall that's like, this shit is too stupid. Don't let it inside. Don't let it inside. I just don't even know why it exists. And I'm done. Fuck. And with all that, we have my top 3 least favorite movies of the month. In order, we got Bleed for This in at number 3, we got Doctor Strange at number 2, and Kevin fucking James at number 1. I can't believe, why? Why are you doing this? Don't you have like a show on TV that's like people might like? I don't know. I don't watch it. Just. Anyways, like, get that stink out of the way. We do have some dishonorable mentions. Movies that aren't necessarily bad. Movies that I really just think are okay, but I like to have a solid 5, so we gotta talk about them anyway. One of those is Trolls, which is a movie that I genuinely thought was pretty alright. I mean, I have fun with the characters. I like the animation style. But it's also a movie that's positivity, can kind of get ridiculous to a point, and it's also a movie that can be very difficult to remember. I mean, it's already gone. It's already gone. Oh no, bye-bye. And also, we have the first movie, I guess, on these lists that I did see at the Denver Film Festival. And this will come as a shock to you people, but Jackie. Yeah, Jackie, that Jackie Kennedy movie that Natalie Portman's in. Oh, but Ash, what about the Oscar buzz? The Oscar buzz is for Natalie Portman, who gives what I think is probably the best performance of the year, and she deserves that Academy Award. The movie itself, the best way I could describe it is it's this year's Iron Lady. That movie you go to where the performance is so good, but the movie is just so... you know what I mean? But that's enough of all that negativity. It's Oscar season. Ash, we need to talk about your top 3 best movies of November. Do you got them? Oh boy, do I got them. Yeah, that's right. I may have been disappointed in those other ones, but November was a damn good month for movies, and we got some damn good movies that I think deserve all the Academy Awards. One of which is my number 3 pick, which is a bit of a comeback for some certain person who said some mean things about Jews, but now he made a great war movie, so hey, guess what, Mel Gibson? Hacksaw Ridge is my number 3 favorite movie of the month. I was absolutely blown away by this film. It is perfectly paced. The characters are memorable and wonderfully acted, as well as the war scenes are insane. This is like Mel Gibson Saving Private Ryan. It's incredible. I think it's one of the best war movies of the decade. It's intense. It's a wonderful story of faith. I mean, I'm not a guy with a lot of faith, so it takes a lot to get me into a faith-based movie, but this is how you do it. Show how to inspire faith as opposed to just shove it in the viewer's face. Hacksaw Ridge did everything right, so it deserves a spot here. And coming in at number 2, look people, I obsess over a lot of things. My cat, Star Wars, Batman, but one of the things I'm the biggest bitch for is Disney, so it should come as no surprise to you that Moana is my number 2 favorite movie of the month. I can't believe Disney did this. I mean, this year they have 2 movies out that are destined to be Disney classics, and Moana is one of them. This is a movie that has a wonderful and epic story with some great action, some great emotion, incredible characters that are so memorable and lovable that I'd be shocked if they didn't become some people's favorite of the new Disney Renaissance, along with the fact this is a more traditional Disney movie and the fact it is a musical, and the music in this film is absolutely wonderful. I have it all on my iPod. I listen to it all the damn time. It's so nice and catchy. It makes you cry, it makes you laugh, it makes you dance. It's all written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who just good job, good job, good job. Good jobs all around the board. This is just another Disney classic destined to happen. I love it. Can't wait to see it again. And coming in at number 1 is a movie I saw at the Denver Film Festival last month, and one that by the time it was over, I was like, haha, yeah, so it's going to take a miracle for anything to top how great that was. I mean, there's no way anything can top that for my best movie of the month, and haha, nothing good. Congratulations, La La Land, you still on top! Yeah, this should come as no shock to you people, because I am in absolute love with La La Land. I mean, this was a movie that sounded like it was too good to be true. It's like, oh, you're gonna get the director from the best movie of 2014, you're gonna get Ryan Gosling, who I have some weird gay love for, and Emma Stone, who I have some weird straight love for, and you're gonna combine them all together and make them sing and dance to jazz songs? Yeah, that sounds amazing, and it's amazing! This is one of the best movies of the year, and one that succeeds in just about everything it promised. I mean, it's a movie that is a wonderful love story that hits different beats that you wouldn't expect it to hit, but by the end you just appreciate it, along with some wonderful characters. Some of the best characters of the year who are played by some of the best performances of the year. I mean, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, they're two of my favorite people working today, and oh hey, guess what? They're both incredible in the movie, and apparently I didn't think they were perfect enough, but oh hey, they can sing and dance now. They're a triple threat. And that of course leads into the music, which is something La La Land does flawlessly. The soundtrack to this film is absolutely wonderful. It just dropped on iTunes. Like, I can tell you, the biggest torture of 2016 wasn't sitting through all the bad movies. It was waiting a month to be able to hear these songs again. And now that I have the soundtrack, I'm telling you, that thing's been on repeat since it dropped. I haven't stopped listening to it. And of course, with music, you need great choreography. This movie has it. Some of the most beautifully choreographed scenes that are some of the most beautifully shot scenes. The cinematography is amazing. This is just one big movie that says, oh hey, you know this Damien Chazelle guy? Yeah, well he's 2 for 2 now, and I have a feeling he's going to be the next big director. Come in like 40 years, I'm going to be able to say, oh yeah, I saw Damien Chazelle's work, and now look at him. He's God. And with that, we have my top 3 favorite movies of November 2016. Of course, in order, at number 3, you got Hacksaw Ridge. At number 2, you got Moana. And at number 1, you got La La Land. That's just so good that I want to marry it. But, of course, November was an incredible month for film. So, I also have a long list of honorable mentions. So, let's quickly shout them out. And, of course, with said honorable mentions, we need to mention, for one, Arrival. Denis Villeneuve decided, oh, hey, I'm gonna make an alien invasion movie, and what he made is one of the most smart takes I've ever seen on the genre. That of course ended with a complete mindfuck that just made you go, boo! That's why I go to the movies! Oh wow, that was an experience! And speaking of experiences, I also have another movie I saw at the Denver Film Festival, The Red Turtle. Of course, this is the animation that's a collaboration between, I believe, a Dutch animator along with Studio Ghibli. It's completely void of dialogue. It's just a story of a castaway on an island who basically just grows up on that island and starts a family, and it is an absolute experience to watch. It's a wonderful film to sit through. It's able to convey such emotion to you without the use of dialogue, along with the fact it has what I still think is the most beautiful animation style of the year, so yay you. And I know I typically just say 2, but oh hey, here's a few other ones. Oh yeah, The Edge of 17, fantastic piece of Where to Find Them, Manchester by Sea, Allied, Moonlight, Jackie, again, like, there was a lot of good stuff in November. I'm excited. And with all that, that'll wrap up this episode of Month in Review for November 2016. I, of course, want to hear your best and worst movies of November. And, of course, tell me what you're looking forward to in December. I mean, I know we're 2 weeks late on this, but, you know, we missed the first 2 weeks of December. No one cares about those ones. It's the next 2 you gotta look forward to. Me, I'm excited to see La La Land again. Oh, yeah, and also Space Battles. So, of course, be sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe. And, of course, from all of us here at the Captain Vitus Show, until next month, you stay classy, YouTube.